when seeing a new soap coming in, I was elated because number one, it's showing most of us, people of color, and we're like the main cast. And it was good to see that it was going to show Black people in a role that we haven't really seen.
But I do believe that with Beyond the Gates, like now there's an opportunity for again more of those type of shows where black people are the center and we're not just the
Right.
side characters. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Carlton's World. It's your boy Carlton. I'm excited about this episode because I am joined by writer, producer, director, fellow soap opera lover, and my friend, Mr. Tim. How you doing today, sir?
What's going on, Carlton? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Glad to have you on here. Thank you for being taking time out of your busy schedule to be a part of my world. We're gonna do some things here. We're gonna talk about this brand new soap opera that's out. Still fairly new. It's not brand new anymore, but still fairly new. We're gonna be talking.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a trip beyond the gates. So that's where we are going. Um, so yeah, so I'm excited to have this conversation with you. Me and Tim have been texting back and forth um about the soap. But before we get into it, Tim, I want the people that's listening and are watching to get to know you a little bit better. Like, tell us about you, like how you got started into writing, like what uh what drives you to write, like what inspires you to write. Like, talk to us about what you do.
Okay. That's actually, a good segue into this because I actually started writing because of soaps. When I was younger, I was a bad little kid, man, and I had got on punishment. And so my mom would not let me go outside when I got out of school. So, I think I got out of school like 2:30. So, but my mom would let me watch TV, but I had to be in there with her or whatever while she cooked and she made me do household chores. And she was watching this soap called Guiding Light. And so when she was watching this show, I saw this lady on that show and she was dancing on the table singing Proud Mary. And I was so fascinated with this woman. I was like, this woman is so funny. Her name was Kim Zimmers on Guiding Light. Never forget her. Love her. She's one of my favorite actresses. And so I was just, just elated about just this woman acting. And I just started watching it a lot more. That was the only one that I did watch because I used to get out of school and I went and watch that because I wanted to see this lady. I just fascinated with her. And then it wasn't until I got older. My mom, she didn't work. So she was a stay-at-home mom. So a lot of times, oh, she didn't drive either. So a lot of times she watched all her soaps, all CBS soaps. She was a CBS soap fan.
Hmm.
And so um her conversation was always been talking about her soaps. So even if you call her, you were like, Mom, how you doing? She's like, just leave me alone. I'm like, why? She said, I'm busy. I'm like, busy doing what? Watching my soaps. So I started watching it, conversation. Yeah, she was like, she would not talk to us, period. Like, leave her alone. So I started watching it to get, have those conversations with her. So her favorite was Young and the Restless. And she always talked about the Victor Newman. And so I started watching it with her, and I would have the conversations because it was interesting to her, and then all of a sudden it started getting interesting to me, and so that's when I was like, "Yo, I like this. This is pretty cool." And then it wasn't until after we were doing a church event, and I started. They asked us to do a play, to write a play, and so I started writing a play for church, and that's how things got started. And then with that play, I did another one. We started doing skits at church, and we did a skit called "What About God," and that was very powerful. And we actually, my youth department actually started traveling to different churches doing what about God, and one of the person that was singing in the skit was Fantasia, both from High Point. So that's a blessing right there. That's how we got started. So fast forward, moved to Charlotte, and then somebody came to me and wanted me to write a script, and I just started writing. Then that's how I got started. Did
I, I
my
like how you
first.
skipped past that. You just said like Fantasia like so haphazardly, like oh Fantasia. Huh.
you know, you don't want to ride on nobody's coattails, but I mean that is she played a big part of my writing career because she was actually the one that uh came up with the idea to do a movie called Cicely's Evil, and this is when she was doing her reality show,
Hmm.
and so we went to LA to pitch that. That was the first time. So that's how I really, really got started. But other than that,
And
yeah,
Tim
she
and
was a
Tim
big
was on
part of
there, y'all. I remember that reality show. And Tim was on. Like I said,
yeah.
he's just talking as if he's like whatever.
Yeah, it was yeah, that was a moment where it I have to admit that when we went to LA and started, did pitch the script, and that was very green in it. And like, I didn't know a lot. All I know was I wanted to write.
Hmm.
And so, looking back on that and looking at things now, it kind of helped me to understand it a lot more than just it's more than just writing. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Well, excuse me. Back then, it was more than just writing. You definitely had to have a format. You need to know this, and it's still that way today. Just maybe not shooting films are the same anymore, but I believe the writing is still the same as far as having other pages. I mean, I had almost the majority of a page when you do a script, it has to be for a 1 hour show. It really is like probably up to like depends if it's a movie or not. If it's a movie, it's 115 or 125 pages. If it's like an hour show from on the CBS, ABC, you're looking at 60 to 65 pages. So, but my movie was almost 200 something pages. Wrong. Don't. They're not going to look at your stuff if you send it like that. 200 something pages, they're not going to do it. So I learned a lot because I forget the guy name who we met. He was a big time producer with horror films, and so um, yeah. So I learned a lot. We didn't get, they didn't pick it up, but I'm actually working on that now, to revising that script, and I'm definitely loving it.
Nice.
Definitely.
That's what's up.
That's
Nice, nice, nice. Well, me, like I said, I connected with Tim. I met Tim through. I was a fan of your series that you had. What's your chocolate? So that's how I got connected with you is through that show. And Tim and I had the privilege. I had the privilege of we actually did a crossover with
that's
with What's Your Chocolate and one of my shows, Peace Be Still, which is still to this day one of my favorite projects that I've done. Having the opportunity to actually write with somebody and collaborate and bring two worlds together. Um, so that was dope. I actually was watching Peace Be Still the other day, and
really.
I definitely watched the crossover episode. So,
Yeah, that was a good episode. That was the first time, because even with the What's Your Chocolate series, that was the first web series ever. And I wanted to do something that had my name on it.
hmm
And so that's the reason why I did it. Because I'm gonna give you another little tidbit. Because I worked on I was the creator of the Without Me video,
hmm
Fantasia's video.
hmm
That was my I kind of wrote the concept for that, and but back in the day, they weren't putting your name on certain things. During that time, as far as videos and stuff like that, it was just the artist, the record label, that was it. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, man, I want some name on it. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to show like this is me. I did it. That's mine. So that's the reason why I did What's Your Chocolate. But man, just even with that crossover between you and I, it was so surreal because that was like the first time I ever worked with someone and just combine certain things like that. So it was fun. Can't wait to do something else, man.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do our own too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, beyond the gates, open up the doors for a whole lot of people.
I agree with that, and we're definitely gonna get into Beyond the Gates. I wanted to say real quick before we do that, me and you, we actually share a similarity. Like so, your mom was saying, you were saying your mom was a CBS person. My grandmother was definitely a CBS woman. Like she had the TV on CBS all day. It literally was on CBS all day. So, when my mom but like when my mom and dad were working, they both were working, and so me and my sister we would stay with our grandparents, and so yeah, I was watching Young and the Restless with my grandma, and I just remember like I've told this story several times, but I just remember like the first episode I saw Drusilla, Neil, Olivia, Malcolm, and Nathan, the actual the dad,
Oh
Nathan. I saw
wow.
that's the very first because it was the episode when Nathan had kidnapped little Nate. That's the I remember that's the first episode of Young and the Restless I ever saw, and
Oh,
I just remember watching it and just being like, oh my gosh, it's black people. And then the next day they weren't on there. I was like, Grandma, where are the black people? And my grandma used to be like, they're not gonna be on there every day, baby.
wow.
They spread it out. But like similar to you, like I said, my I have a love for soaps. Like I said, my writing is definitely mirrored off of soap writing. Um, so yeah, we definitely share a lot of that in common. All right, so we're gonna jump into this. Let's go beyond the gates. Um, your first initial thoughts when the announcement was made that this show was coming on our airwaves.
Man, I was so elated to see first of all, a new soap coming from the NAACP as well as Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble also created Guiding Light, um, As the World Turns, and Another World. See, I know that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it was amazing to see after all these years that a new soap that was coming on. And I'm gonna be very frank and honest with what's going on with the soaps now. They it used to be like 12 soaps on years ago. Now
Hmm.
it's down to what, four, and even with the four, the magic is not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like the actual soap opera field, and I believe because of a lot of things that happen as far as like Me Too movements and certain things that people won't they're scared to touch. Back in the day, they were able to touch certain things, and it was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't use the R word, anymore, or even um, really touch base on that. You don't see that anymore. So soaps become very sensitive, and I think now that it becomes very like boxed in versus what they used to do. I go back and I look at like I use Guiding Light for instance. They use a one of their scenes were dealing with domestic violence in a marriage, and it involves rape,
Hmm.
and it was so compelling. You know what I'm saying? It was so compelling um, to tell that story. So now it feels like soaps can't tell real stories because they're afraid of, you know, what's going to happen or how people are going to feel. Like I said, people are very sensitive on a lot of subjects. So so they kind of like watered down, and then some of the writers that I feel like just need to give it up, do something. But and then sometimes I read sometimes it's also the network that stops them from doing what they need to do. So it's kind of weird. Uh,
Mm.
so 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 back to that. When seeing a new soap coming in, I was elated because number one, it's showing most of us, people of color, and we're like the main cast. And it was good to see that it was going to show black people in in a role that we haven't really seen. I did watch a little bit of Generations. It was like a 30-minute show on NBC. I didn't start watching until it got on BT. But when I did see it, we were in those roles. Um, just not sure why they kick off the way it should. Maybe because it was in that era where people didn't want to see people of color in those. Well, excuse me, us. We wanted to see us in this, but the other races probably wasn't didn't want to see us in that light. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Or
Hmm.
touch base on things that was against the norm. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at all the other soaps that in the past, including our favorites. A lot of times they show black people as being illiterate, troubled. They didn't really show them in the beginning like Juice Dora. She didn't. I mean, not Juice Dora, Lord Drew or Young and the Restless. She could read. She could read at first. You know what I'm saying? She had to learn how to read, and a lot of those soaps felt like that the only way they can write for blacks is if they related to certain things that black people dealt with. And I remember speaking with an actor that used to be on Guiding Light years ago, and I had met him doing it was like an event, and he was like, "Yeah, I had to leave that show," and I was like, "Why?" He said, "Because the writers could not, but they basically told me that they didn't know what to write. They didn't know how to write for me."
Hmm.
And he was like, write like a normal person. So a lot of times with those soaps back then, they wanted to write as far as what they saw or thought that what black people, were going to love. And you look at more majority of the soaps, black people are watching these soaps with people of color, you know, more than whites. So just to show us like that, I think they wanted to relate to us in that way, and not all black people dealt with those situations,
Hmm.
and that kind of bothered me. But just to see Beyond the Gates, coming out with prominent black people that's rich and stuff like that, I was like, I'm here for it. And then you have, I think it was what's the matriarch's name? Her name?
Um,
Mara.
Tamara
Mara Tooney.
Tooney.
Yes, loved her. She was on As the World Turns as an attorney, and man, she was the only black person on that show for years. They don't have but one black person, and that was another thing that was wrong with a lot of soaps. It felt like even not just soaps, just sitcoms, all that. They had that one token black person on there for the most part.
Hmm.
And just to see her, but she played the hell out of that part as Jessica on As the World Turns, and she played the hell out of that part, especially during her time when she was one of her storylines was being raped as well, and she played the hell out of that part. And so just seeing her back on my screen was like amazing. And then Carla, loved her in God and Light. I follow her from God and Light to Bold and the Beautiful. Loved her. She was just great. So yeah, them the two that I was like really excited about. So just knowing that was coming, I was excited. What
Nice.
about
That's
you?
what's so. I definitely was excited just because um, I knew two people that was going to be on it. Um, Maurice Johnson and Jabri Horges. So I knew
Who
both of them.
the characters were them?
Jabri is the cop that's married
Okay,
to Danny's daughter, oldest daughter,
okay.
and then of course Maurice is Dr. Ted, Dr. Turtleneck Ted. So that's what they call him on Twitter. They call him Turtleneck Ted.
Mhm.
Um, but yes, I knew two of the people that were going to be on the show, so I was really excited for them. But just the rollout that they did, as far as like showing us behind the scenes and just different things like that, and just the way they was talking about the show, I thought that was real dope. So it got me excited
Mhm.
about the show. And like you said, like at the beginning, like this show really opens up the doors for more black stories to be told because you know this. I actually wrote something that was a soap that I wrote. I think I wrote like 16 episodes, 16, 17. Um, and it's kind of just sitting there. But I do believe that with Beyond the Gates, like now there's an opportunity for again more of those type of shows where black people are the center and we're not just the
Right,
side characters. 'Cause that's the thing like that bothered me about Young and the Restless. Like even as an adult watching it, I'm just like, why are we on the side? We get these side stories. I don't understand why we're not more
right,
included in what's happening in the world of Genoa City. I never understood that. So, um, it's great to see this show like this, where we all represent, and then, like you said, it's a different type of representation. It's not the typical representation of African Americans. Like you're showing us in the everyday light, and just showing what happens in this type of um world of
right.
greatness and opulence and different things like that. So I thought, like I said, I was really excited when it first came out. I was really excited. I was looking for what I was really excited about. I was telling my mom this. I was excited that I could actually 20 years from now say I watched this show from the very beginning. Because you know how like with Young and the Restless, like people be like, yeah, I've seen it since I was a little girl or a little boy. Da da da. I can say that 20 years from now, I've seen this show from the very beginning. So that's what excites
Right.
me.
It's very true.
So
That's very true. Yeah, but Bold and the Beautiful was my first.
okay,
I seen it from the beginning. So you can tell how old I'm. But yeah, Bold and Beautiful was my first. But just with the all black cast, yes, to say, hey, yeah, I was first to see, I was first time seeing this one. Um, it was good, and I'm piggyback. I know we're not talking about Young and the Restless, but piggyback to the Young and the Restless with Juice. Why do I want to say Juice Adora so bad? I love her album, by the way. But when you had just started watching that show, they had a before then they had a one of the best episodes was with Olivia and Nate, and he was cheating, and she thought that she may have AIDS.
uh-huh.
Best. Oh my gosh! If you ever get a chance to watch it, she should have got an award or been nominated for that role, and was not.
Mm.
So even now with Beyond the Gates, now we have a lot more opportunity. I want to see how it's going to go with the Emmys now. As far as and I know Beyond the Gates cannot be a part for this year's October Emmys, but next year I want to see how that works. But yeah, the playing fields wasn't great back then. So now, having majority of all black cast is hopefully the playing fields will be even. But I'm curious to see how that's gonna pan out in the near future.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, definitely. Okay, and just even when having an opportunity to talk with Jabri and talk to Maurice about the show and just different things like that, just talking to them about being a part of a history. Honestly, it's a historical moment where you are a part of this all basically majority black show, black leads. You have women at the helm who are showrunners and running and executives and different things like that, and a woman that's the head of each department.
Our next guest is a special treat. He is one of the stars of the new soap opera Beyond the Gates. I present to you Jabri Horges. What is it like being a part of this groundbreaking show? Again, because again, this is the first show centered around African Americans since Generations. And you know how long Generations been out? Like, that's a long time. So what is it like for you to be a part of this show?
Oh, it's huge, man. It's huge. It's literally history. The first soap opera to get greenlit in 25 years. It's spearheaded by Black women. Sheila Ducksworth is the president of the NAACP CBS merger. So the NAACP and CBS, it's a merger where they got together. It's an initiative to bring Black stories to the TV screen. So this is the first project, a part of that initiative. So it's great, to be a part of the OG original cast. It's amazing. It's amazing. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I don't, this is literally where I want to be. I manifested a role like this.
Our next guest is coming to us all the way from Fairmont Crest. He's an actor. He plays Dr. Ted Richardson on the show Beyond the Gates. Augusta's own Maurice Johnson. Now, we haven't had a soap center around black characters since Generations.
99.
So how does it feel for you to be a part of this groundbreaking soap opera? I asked Jabri this question, so now I'm going to bring it to you as well. How does it feel for you to be a part of this?
It is humbling to be asked to be a part of this. We are history. We're definitely history, and I'm glad to be a part of this, and that I was tapped to be a part of history. Representation matters, and we haven't seen ourselves on TV, but we are actually a large amount of the audience had always been for soaps, have been the African American audience, but we didn't see ourselves. Just like Atama Ratuni was one of the few black faces, and for the most part, she was the only black face that was on the soap opera that she was actually on. So now you get to see a family of that.
So, like these are historical moments, and I think it's dope that we're able to witness this thing happening, while right before our eyes. I think that's dope. All right, so now let's go to delve into the show. I want people to that are listening and watching now. This is not a dig. We are not dissing nobody. We are not shading nobody. We are particularly talking about the characters and the story.
Yes.
We're not talking. That's it. I don't want people to be talking. You dissing your own people. No, that's not what we're doing.
Listen, I always say this. Yeah, just because we are the same color and our own people, we're not dissing. We're just like, hey, I don't have to agree with you all the time. And you know what I'm saying? And that's life. I'm not gonna agree with everybody at the same time, whatever. So no, we're not dissing nobody, but it just hey, we just commenting on
I
any
feel
we would do this for
that's true. That's true. I feel like I'm just to the point. I just feel like y'all critique my stuff. I critique y'all stuff. So it is what it is.
Exactly, and it's room for growth. You know what I'm saying? That's what yeah. It's room for growth. Like I trust me. I mean, I'm sure if one day when I make it, I'm just gonna be critique. Hey, I mean, they critique Tyler Perry stuff, and you know what I'm saying. So hey, it's just yeah,
Is this par for the course?
yeah.
So. All right, so we're gonna jump into it. For people, okay, we're not gonna do play by play. It's been like what, a month now, a month and some change since the show's been out, right? No, it
Yeah,
came out.
the
It came out
change.
February,
Yeah,
late
2017.
February. So yeah, about a month some change, something like that. Um, so yeah, Of course, we start off. We meet the Dupree family, um, and of course, the big thing has already been revealed that Danny's husband is getting married to their daughter's best friend. So that is just how this whole thing gets started, and we kind of move on from there. So here's what bothered me a little bit when we first
Oh,
got started.
damn.
Yeah. We're gonna go get started because I feel like I know we had to do the whole get people to amped up for the show because it was doing again. I like the whole behind the scenes. I like the whole how the show got started, like what was the process, and I liked all that stuff. They did the whole week rollout before the show came out.
Mhm.
My problem was they showed us everything the first week of the show, like basically like we already knew pretty much everything that happened on the first week of the premiere week.
Mhm.
We knew that was going to happen already because they pretty much told us everything when they was doing the whole rollout stuff. So that's the only thing to premiere because I was excited. I was like, yes, I'm about to sit here. I'm about to watch this show. I was in it. I was still in it, even though I knew everything what was going to happen. I was still in
Mhm.
it, but it was still the fact of like, dang, I really wish they would have left some room for some surprises, so that way,
Right.
like, especially when Friday hit, because Friday's cliffhanger day. Like when
Mhm.
Friday hit, then it's like, okay, I'm really amped now. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only disappointment I had the first week of the show was I already knew literally everything that was going to happen that week.
Right. It's like we didn't see nothing new
Mm-mm.
from all the clips from I think it started from December up until February. we saw the whole week episode already. You know what I'm saying? Before it even came on. So I agree with you. Yeah, that was the only disappointment is that because we've seen everything, I was waiting for something new, learn something new about these characters that I did not see, from all the clips, because I mean they showed the best part, and I'm not sure if that was a, a good marketing strategy for. I mean, it was to show certain things, but they still should, like you said, should have left something new, give us something fresh within that week that we did not see from all the promos and everything like that. I mean, because it kind of it didn't make you. I'm going back to my mom. My mom used to say, "Ooh, I can't wait till Monday." This was on Friday, and I'm like, "Why you can't wait till Monday?" Because it was a cliffhanger, so I can't wait. The whole weekend she was so excited for Monday to come so she could see what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't leave room for that, sort of. I mean, yeah, they didn't. I mean, of course, she was. They said that Danny shot up other places. I mean, as far as like the bars and stuff like that, she wasn't going to shoot them. But hey, it wasn't nothing new I didn't learn.
Right.
So yeah. Uh, can I go back to one thing though with that?
Go ahead.
And I'm sure you might. I'm not sure if you had this in your notes to talk to touch base. The opening.
Oh, okay.
Okay, listen. I love the visual. The visuals are amazing. I love the visuals. It is so good. It gives me rich. It gives me powerful. The theme song, the theme music, whatever you want to call it. It's a little lack for me. Like if you look at Young and the Restless, Bold and Beautiful, Even Days of Our Lives, they have memorable music. You know what I'm saying? I think with Beyond the Gates, it should have been catchy. It should have been boom. It should have been exciting. And it just gives me like the first part of, well, not that little first part, the first intro part of the song, and like it, but like the first half, it was good. And then the middle, it kind of went down. It just yeah. That's one of my biggest things. I wanted to change the intro music. Just give me something exciting.
You
I
want them to
just
you want them to remix it already? We only a
and
month and a half
when
in.
I heard even before it came on, they had posted on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh yeah," because I love an intro. I don't know, it's something
Oh
about an
yeah.
intro. I love because it brings you in, right?
Right.
It brings you boom.
Right.
When you hear that younger man's dum, dum, we know, okay, it's younger restless time. Shut your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You're like, be quiet. So with that, it just yeah, I want them to change it. Change it now. Guys,
It's two things for me when it comes to the show. I love a good theme song. I love me a good photo, cast photo. Those are my two things. I'm like, ooh, you give me a good, especially give me a good cast photo. I'm like, oh, okay,
right,
I'm in it.
right,
I'm in it.
right.
Um, yeah, this is where we differ. I actually like the theme song. I think the theme song is kind of
Do
tight.
you?
Yes, I love
Oh
it.
God.
I'll be
Oh,
jicking. I'll be jicking it when it become.
really?
Yes, when they come on, I'll be in the living room getting it. I don't fast forward it at all. I like.
Really?
Here's the only.
It's not memorable at all.
Here's the only change I would make with the theme song. I want them to. I guess because I'm so used to Young and the Restless, I want them to like do more swapping out. If you notice, it's like I said, they have two versions. They have, of course, the main four are always going to be on there, and
Right.
then you have the first version that includes Jabri, and then you have the second version that includes Maurice. Um, so it's two, like I said, it's two different versions, but I want them to like because I don't want it to be
Switch it
predict.
up.
I don't want it to be. I don't like you said. I want it to be like I said, with Young and the Restless. Like even if you own the theme song, don't mean you're gonna be on the episode. It's just showing you.
Right.
So I kind of
Right.
want,
Right.
I think it makes it a little bit less predictable. The theme song a little bit less predictable too. Like you said, you just kind of seeing these different faces being swapped out. Even the mains, I feel like the mains should be swapped out too. Like I feel like I think should be
I believe so
I
too.
think it should all be swapped out. I think it should just be different. I think it should be random.
Because I think they have, if I'm not mistaken, I read that they have like 21 excuse me, people that are contracted on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see 21, throughout this whole time, even if they swap out those two. I don't think it was 21 people that we done seen on that on the intro. So yeah, I want them to swap it out.
Yeah, I understand. I think they should do. I think they should have. It should be random. I think that's the only thing. That's the only change I would make is be it should be random. But Tim wants a whole new theme song. A month and a half in, he wants a whole new theme song.
I would I
So
want
what would you want? Like what? How do you describe the music that you want? Like what do you want?
a little bit more up tempo. I really like, and I'm old school. I love like the bring you in type music, like Dynasty. Dynasty was Dallas. If y'all remember, it was. I want the live orchestra. This one gives me more. It's got auto tunes and all that stuff. So it kind of it just didn't do it. I want that. I want the big bang with it. You know what I'm saying? I want to know this show is coming on.
Mm.
Um, and I don't know what's coming on. I don't know. I mean, it just yeah. I mean, if one time I was like, oh yeah, okay. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, oh yeah, I like it. Then after a while, I'm like, this bores me. It just whenever it comes on, it doesn't give me the feeling that I'm about to go into another world. I mean, I always give it to Young and the Restless because that's currently now, that's on now. Oh, it gives me another. It's taking me. It's you going into Genoa City. I don't feel that with this theme song. I don't feel like I'm going to with Fairmont Crest, DC, Maryland, whatever. I don't feel like I'm going there. I just
Where are you
drove
going?
by.
Where are you going?
You just pass by. You just pass by. Oh, there we go. Turn back around. Oh, that's it. I'm just turning back around. Oh, okay, because I missed it. We missed the exit. Wow.
What's about the sidebar? With Young and the Restless real quick. Did you like when they remixed it? The remix to Young and the Restless. You know they did like the little jazz version. It was the red background.
Oh, yeah, I like that. It was good.
Okay, I didn't know if you liked it. You know, some people like this like the original one. I prefer the jazz version. The little
Me
remix.
too.
That remix is hot. I loved it.
I used to love when God and Light used to be on. God and Light was the main one that used to change. I think that's the reason why I like it so much because God and Light was the only one that used to change their opening credits and theme music just about once a year.
Okay.
You get every year. It was like boom, and they got one. I'll send it to you. It's my favorite show, but it's the way it came on. Oh my gosh, it was so. I love it. I'm gonna send it to you. You know exactly what I'm talking about,
Okay.
but it's just like boom.
And then the other one, Bold and the Beautiful. My actual favorite opening is when they did they used to have the modeling, the little catwalk thing.
That wall, yes,
I love that one. They had the different people sitting in the audience or standing in different areas. I like that one. That was dope.
I
I
like that
thought
one
that,
too. I like
yeah.
that one too. And then, a lot of people didn't like that. That's the reason why they went back to the original because a lot of people didn't
To the
like it.
pictures,
Uh-huh.
to the pictures, all that. I don't really care for that. That's actually kind of boring to me personally, but whatever.
That is definitely boring. That is boring. At first when that first came on, it was hot. It gave me a certain type of energy. Now I'm ready for them to change it up. Younger Restless could stay the same as far as the music. Even though I did like the jazz one better, they can stay the same. I'm used to it. That's it's classic. So it's Young and the Restless.
Mm. Well, you better get into this Fairmont Crest in this theme song. You better come on into Fairmont
I'm put
Crest.
on mute. Look, the visual's good, but I'm gonna put the music on mute. Just mute that. Just mute it.
Oh gosh. Oh man. All
Now
right.
I do have to
Go ahead.
on the first week episode, right? I'm not sure you're about to touch base on this, so if I'm going ahead, please.
No, you fine. Go ahead.
But what I did like about it that captured me is during the wedding. Am I going to going
No,
ahead
go
about
ahead.
this?
Go ahead.
When when the bride was Haley, I think that's her name, was coming
Yeah.
out, and the whole family was sitting down. I love that. That was just that gave me strong black opulence people. It was so classic soap that we haven't seen. It
Hmm.
gave us to me I could relate to it, even though I never that never happened in my life. But it was just it was such a black move. You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like none of them stood up for her, and I was just like, yes, boom, wow, I'm hooked. That kind of hooked me right there. That right there, that was good. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't dislike the first week. I was just like the first week was just kind of just like, oh, okay. All right, let's get to the second week. Let me watch what I haven't seen yet. Like let's get into that. Um, so what is your favorite storyline thus far? Like, because we don't have to have a lot of storylines really, honestly. Like we have so Danny. So we already discussed this here. Danny's ex is married to their daughter's friend. Danny is trying to basically take control of her life because again, her daughter. We're gonna go all over the place, people. Her daughter just recently told her that she no longer wants to be a model because Danny was her youngest daughter's manager. Danny is also sleeping with her sister's nephew. And I know people are like confused, like, what? That's disgusting. No, that's not. Because the nephew is Ted's nephew, not, that's his blood
Her
nephew,
husband.
not the sisters. So they're not blood related. I was talking to somebody about that because she was confused. I was like, they're not blood related, so it's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's okay. So
She is
Dan,
sleeping with her sister's nephew. There you go.
right? She's still with her sister's
Not married.
nephew, but this same nephew is crushing over this nurse who has a boyfriend that's a firefighter. So that's that storyline. And then you got the husband and husband, which is the older sister's. I'm still learning names. The older sister's son. Um,
Martin.
yeah, Martin and his husband. So Martin is a politician, and his husband is a former journalist. And Martin doesn't want his husband to work. Martin wants his husband to be a stay-at-home dad. So that's their hold down there. And Martin also wants to run for president. Also, Martin has this secret that we still don't know nothing about that's just giving him tremors and nightmares and all this other stuff's going on. And apparently it's affecting the whole family. Um, what else is going on? Jacob is a police officer. That is Danny's oldest daughter's husband. So he's dealing with the police department. Apparently there's a whole crooked cop thing going on right now. Um, and then there's this random couple. The husband has a gambling problem, and then the wife,
Oh,
she likes to sleep
yeah.
around. So they're a random couple to me. I'm like, what? Okay, whatever. um, what else? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, we have Leslie, who Ted apparently had an affair with, and they have apparently a secret daughter, and the daughter is the assistant of Danny's older sister because the old assistant got ran off the road by Leslie, and she's in the hospital now. Apparently, she has an infection
Mhm.
because Leslie did something. Them stuck the baby with a needle or something like that, and the baby done got an infection. Lord Jesus. What else? Am I missing something else, Tim? I feel like I hit a majority of it.
I think he hit majority of it.
Yeah. Oh, and Haley's just walking around and whining because she can't
Yeah.
because she's not included because people don't want to talk to her because she stole her friend's daddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like I got everything now. So
I think you got most.
going back to the original question. Do you have a favorite storyline or do you have a storyline that you're really like invested in with the show? Uh-oh, why you rocking?
Um, Not really. I'm be honest.
Okay.
I don't. one that I'm invested in. Nothing's really compelling. I do enjoy the Cole, Ted, Leslie, and the Secret Daughter. I enjoy that a lot better than the rest of it. I don't know. The whole Danny and her husband and well, no, I guess Haley, Danny's ex-husband and the daughter's best friend storyline. I think that's going to continue. So it's not really a storyline anymore. It's more of just like it's just there. It's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much more they're going to what the outcome is for this one. So I think it's just going to be an ongoing storyline. So
Mm-hmm.
so I just it's going to be there. Um, the random couple. Vanessa. I like her. I like her character.
Yeah, you did say you liked
She
Vanessa.
was. It was just in the beginning. It's just so funny to me. She was just funny. It's just her quirkiness was just so like okay, I like her. She's cool, you know. But the storyline itself, I'm bored with it. I'm just completely bored with it. I don't. It just. I wish they gave would give her like when her quirkiness, but also focus on her a little bit. Build that storyline, build a relationship with her husband, because all of a sudden we just know that she just have a husband and he's gambling.
Mm-hmm.
But not knowing I want to see them have a moment first. Well, they could have, like they did, they could have started her off, sleeping with somebody, and then boom, hey, honey, I'm home. Like, okay, oh, she married. We didn't know that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And so the dynamic between them, and then build up to, him having a problem with gambling. Like, I really can't see where this is going. So I'm kind of um intrigued by it, but not intrigued by it. That makes any sense.
Yeah,
I'm watching it, but I'm like, okay, I'm watching it, but I'm not really invested, but I want to see how it unfolds. The whole Danny and the brother and the nephew, um, yeah, it to me, I just think certain things just been placed there, and I don't think they know where they're going with it. Because this character, I think his name Andre, right?
Andre. Yeah.
Um, in the promos they're talking about, oh, the Playboy, this and blah 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 blah. I don't get Playboy. I don't get the Playboy. If he's gonna be a Playboy, I want to see him be a Playboy. I don't want him to be like if he's sleeping with Danny, cool, okay, but he needs to sleep with other people. But now they got him falling in love with this girl already, so he doesn't give me much of the Playboy.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna be the Playboy. You know what I'm saying? Like I need him to be not. He give me innocent, and when I think of Playboy, I don't think of innocent. I think of he's just doing what he want to do, and then later later on, excuse me, later on he can fall in love. But right now, I just don't like him falling in love right now. It doesn't give me that.
I agree. I agree with that. I think um I'm trying to think
Your favorite.
what am I like drawn into. I already text you this and you was like whatever. I personally like
Say
the
it.
I
I
personally
forgot which one.
I like the Leslie character. I like
Oh,
her character. I to me like how you feel about what's the random chick's name?
Vanessa.
Vanessa. How you feel about Vanessa? Is how I feel about Leslie. I like her. Even the other. I'm 2 episodes behind as of this recording. But the last episode I saw was she just walked in the hospital and she walked behind the desk and the gossipy girl was like, "Excuse me, who are you?" What and then she just turned around. It's like it's the fact that she just be popping up into places and be turned around with all these different wigs and
Right.
different personalities, and it's she cracks me up. She's funny to me. Now her vendetta, I'm like, girl, get over it. But like just her as a character, it's hilarious to me. She's funny. Um, But as far as like a storyline that I'm like really tapped into, I'm kind of I don't really necessarily have one yet. Um, Regardless, I'm gonna watch this show now. I just want to be clear. I want
Right,
people to
right,
know I'm going
exactly.
to watch. You have a viewer in
I'm
me
watching.
forever. You have a viewer in me forever. I don't care if I'm
Hmm.
even late. Like them janks on my DVR, and I'm watching them. Um,
Right.
but as far as like, I don't really have a storyline I'm like super invested in yet. Um, I have different characters. Like I know, like with Haley, I know we said like she's really like whiny, right? I really want her to be that B. I know that's not politically correct for me to say, but I want her to be that B. Like I want her to
Yes.
turn up. Like really like if you gonna be married to Bill Hamilton, be married and really be that woman. You know what I'm saying? Like
She
just
need to be a worthy component, against Danny. Like I want to see that banter. I want to really feel that banter, and it's just not. It's yeah. It's just, yeah. Go ahead.
like
I'm sorry.
so like even this last episode, like the last episode I saw was the fashion show, right? I expected Haley to show up and and turn up and mess it up. Because you messed up my wedding, I'm gonna mess up your fashion show.
Exactly. Yes. Something needed to happen in that fashion show, and nothing happened in that fashion show.
Mm-mm.
Nothing happened in that. I'm trying. This is how I feel when even I know every scene cannot be like boom boom. Every episode cannot be boom boom boom. You have a lot of fillers. You know what I'm saying? But still, give us something what we look, especially to look forward to the next day. You know what I'm saying? And I was just the whole time I'm watching. I'm like, what's going to happen? What is going to be revealed during this fashion? If you're going to have this big thing, this big party or whatever, something need to happen in that party. Like what do we want to show in this episode to
Mm-hmm.
the audience? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna grab the audience. And it was just like nothing. I mean, the whole time now, I mean, I guess they've been focused on another storyline with Danny, which we could talk about her. I really want to talk about her.
Okay.
But that she's supposed to be drinking, she's supposed to start to drink. I mean, if if this is her becoming an alcoholic, she just showed up drunk. You get what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
because they were showing her out in the beginning, the first couple of episodes, well, first couple of weeks, she's drinking, she's getting drunk. I want if they're leading to that way, then she needed to be drunk or something needed to happen in that episode. And I just felt like this was just a filler episode to show that hey, we could do a fashion show. Let's do a fashion
Mm-hmm.
show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like I said, I just really I mean we can go to Danny next, but I just really I want Haley to turn up. Like
Mm-hmm.
like I said again, now I'm not as this is me talking as a human being with common sense. I'm not excusing what Haley did. Of course, girl, you in the wrong. Nobody likes you. Girl, what are you expecting from these people? Now, this is Carlton as the writer talking and the viewer. I need Haley to turn it up. Turn
Yes,
the F up on these niggas.
yes, yes,
Turn up.
yes,
Like,
yes.
like for real. I need that. Like I need, like you said, Danny needs a worthy component. I need give these people another reason to hate you besides the fact that you married Bill.
Right. And then with that between her and Bill, it's like they just got married this week and now they're having issues. I'm like, no, too soon. She's just been whining the whole time. I was like, it's just like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna turn.
yeah. I need her to turn
But
up.
and the person and the character, I believe that person can go far with this character. I really do. I can sense that something more can be with her. Like you said, turn it up. It's something more. It's something there. She's one of the main ones. I think there's something there. It's just like I don't know. But I don't see it as far as on screen. Well, as far as I guess the current storyline, but it's something there with her that I'm just like, yeah, like I'm rooting for you in a certain way. Like in a certain way, I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, yeah,
To be a villain or a semi-villain.
yeah. She definitely has the makings to be like one of the villains of the show for sure,
Right.
for sure. What's your so? What do you want to talk about with Danny?
Danny, first of all, I love Carla. You know, 'cause I've been watching her since Guiding Light. I think with Danny's character as a writer and as a viewer, um, it's too much of Danny for me. I
Mm.
like the character. It's
Hmm.
just too much. It's like every other episode is Danny, 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 and I think they're gonna fall in line with some of the other soap operas. Like I would use Guiding Light, Bold and Beautiful, and Young and the Restless when they are really everything. Just focus on this one particular character on the show. And I know that this character is fan favorite. I mean, I go back to Guiding Light. Kim Simmons was my favorite character on the show, right? And I love her to death. And when she wasn't on the episode, oh my god, I was like, dang, she ain't on this episode today. But you can't have that character every day
Hmm.
because I feel like when you get that character on every day, and if that character or that actor decides to leave the show, you're going to be scrambling trying to figure out how can we make it better. You know what I'm saying? Because this character is now gone. You know, especially certain characters you cannot recast. You won't be able to recast. You
Hmm.
know, people not going to feel that for that character. So with that one, it's like they show her too much, and then just like the other character, like with Steffi on Bold and Beautiful, it's like she's involved with everything to the point it's like, okay, can I get a break on this character? Let somebody else shine. And I think with Danny's character, they're giving her so many. She got about 4 or 5 storylines going on right
Hmm.
now, and it's like, you know, but if she ever leaves, what are you going to do? And you know, you're going to be scrounging to you know make it better, or they're gonna start coming up with like ridiculous storylines just for her to be in, and it's not gonna be authentic. You have all these other ones, other people, other amazing characters that you can still start telling their story just a little bit. So that's what my thing with Danny right now. I'll go to the next one after that. What you think about Danny?
Um, I like I said, I like her character. I want her to have something more to do than be in despair about Bill and her daughter. I need her to have more. If you're going to be like, you know what's missing from this show? We're missing a business.
Mm-hmm.
We're missing a business. Like I need. I don't know. Maybe because I'm just so used to Young and the Restless. I don't know. But we need a business. Like we need some type of corporation. Something. I need a business. I need something. I need that. I don't know where we can fit that in here
Yeah.
at Fairmont Crest, but I need the business to happen. But anyway, I need Danny to find something. I need something else for her character to be involved in than pining away for her ex husband that may or may not still want her. You know, like I mean, you can still have that in your back pocket. I mean, if you still feel that way, feel it. But I need something else for her to do, especially like you said, if she's gonna be on there for like a lot of the episodes. We need something else for her to do. Me and you were texting. You mentioned something about Anita. You don't like that Anita is a side character. You want to talk about
Oh
that?
my God. Yes, that was my next one. You know, Tamara is the legend. Legend on Tamara. Was it Tamara? I think it's whatever.
So I think it's
But
tomorrow.
anyway, Tamara. Okay. So she's a legend on that show. Like I said, she's been on, you know, what you call it, the SVU, all that stuff. So she's been out there for a long time, and she's supposed to be the matriarch of that show. But right now, she's feeling like a supporting character, and to me, not even supporting character, a guest character on that show.
Mm.
It is like she's supposed to be out there. I'm not trying to compare her with the whole Bold and Beautiful Susan Fannery as Stephanie Forrester. I'm not trying to compare her with that, but she needs something instead of, you know, yes dear, or I was expecting her that one. It was like it was an episode. I think when she shot at Bill, and the next day they came to the house, and her look that she gave Danny. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, ooh, I want to see that. I want to see that matriarch because even Danny said she didn't want to feel the wrath of Anita. We haven't seen her wrath.
Mm.
And I want to see a little bit of it. I don't want. She should not be playing the supporting character. She should already. When this show should have came on, when she came in, it started. I think it started off with her and Nicole,
Yeah,
Daphne,
it did.
and when she came off and took off that coat. Woo! There she go. Okay, boom. She's got to give it to us, and I ain't got nothing. It's been a whole month and going on 2 months. I still haven't had anything. Now today's episode, they gave her a little bit, but it's just like you said, it's a business. And when she came in, you watch it, what she's fighting about, eh, it still didn't give me what I wanted from her. Like she don't have to be a villain, but she has to be like I would say, not like a Stephanie Forrester, maybe like a Jeannie Cooper, like a Catherine Chancellor type feel. Like I need to feel that you that be,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't feel that. I feel like she's a guest. She's just doing a guest appearance. Like
That's how I feel about the daddy.
what's the
That's how I feel about the daddy. Honestly, I feel like the daddy's a guest appearance. Like I feel like because so that one of the episodes when, and I think it was the first week. Yeah, it was the first week when he was talking to Bill, and Bill was basically threatening him, saying, "Hey, I need people to come to my wedding. If you don't, I'm going to expose the secret." Like I'm not scared of the dad. You know what I'm saying? Like I need some type of I need some type of fear. Like, oh, you better not cross him because you know. And again, they don't have to be villains, but it needs to be some type of
Mhm.
reverent fear with these two
Right?
characters, and I don't feel that reverent fear. I just feel like they're well respected, they're rich, and they're great grandparents.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's it. I mean, I need, but I want some like what what did y'all do?
I,
Like first, and I what did I need to really need to know what this secret is. Like what is this?
give us a little bit more than this with the secret. Just build us up. Give us a little bit each time. Each time they on the episode, give us a little bit, just a little bit of that. Well, because him just what the Martin just waking up screaming and no, I want to know what all happened or give us a little bit. Even with Anita, Anita should went and cussed Haley out. She could have went. She could have did it. You get what I'm saying? Or Bill. She needed. I think Nita and yeah, the father needs to. I just. It's like they retired.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this retired. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And they, yeah. Any other
Yeah.
character you want to talk about before we? Can we talk about casting? I'm got to be honest. Like, listen, I'm sorry. I just got to
Okay.
be honest.
So, real quick
Okay.
before Tim gives his very honest assessment, and I want a disclaimer: this is Tim's assessment. This does not reflect the
Nah.
views of Carlton's World or Carlton T. Clay. Um, I want to say this. I guess this kind of does go into casting a little bit, but and again, me and you've talked offline about this. I feel that Martin should have been the younger brother of Danny and
Yes,
Nicole. I
yes, that's what
think
I'm talking about.
Martin should have been the younger brother. It to me, Martin doesn't give the son of Nicole and Ted. I I
Right.
I personally don't believe it. I feel like he's more of a son to Anita and Daddy. What is Daddy's name? I don't know his name. What is his name? I can't.
Vernon.
Okay, thank you. I keep calling. I'm gonna keep calling him Daddy, cause
I was about to call him his real name Clifton, but yeah. But yeah, Vernon.
okay. But yeah, I think he should have been Danny and Nicole's younger brother. I think that would have been just a better
Yeah.
fit
Yeah.
personally. Um, I'm trying to think who else. Also, and I think Danny's older daughter. I don't know about sister, but maybe like a cousin or
I,
I don't. Again, I don't get daughter with her, Danny and Bill. I don't get older daughter. I definitely get like
I do not either.
a cut. She should have been a cousin, a god sister, something,
Yes,
something.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, 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 yes. I totally agree with you on that. Like, I just don't get. I just it doesn't fit. It doesn't. That's why I said certain things about it. It just does not fit. But and them two characters that you said, uh, uh they are misplaced. You know, I mean, you got Carla, who's like 43 years old, playing. I mean, I know they said she had her when she was younger, whatever, but she doesn't look like she could be a grandmother at any time soon. You know, and the other lady, Nicole, like she's a grandmother, and it just Martin shouldn't be their kids.
nah,
I mean, yeah, Martin should not be Nicole kid, and it just doesn't. Yeah,
yeah. Like I said, now the younger girls, I think their place great. But like I said,
yes,
it's the older siblings for me. I think, like I said, Martin definitely should be their younger brother, and like I said, the daughter, the older daughter, she definitely needs to be a cousin, god sister, um, hell, a niece. I don't know, like just
yes, it would
some.
be great. She would have been a niece. That would have been better. That would have been better
So either so,
because
so yeah, either Anita's sister or brother's daughter, or Vernon's sister brother's daughter, something like that. Something
right.
like that. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been good. I think that would have been good. Um, yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't really have anything else. Do you have anything else in your honest assessment that you want to say?
You know what? They're touching base on a. I like that they're dealing with current situations. I love the fact when Anita is showing the side of what Black people do. As far I think she was rapping or she was they was doing modeling in the house. They was having a good time, and we can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people related to that on Twitter. As far as they like the fact that they were doing certain things that is relatable. Um, so I enjoy that. I just don't want to see it all the time because it becomes comical. It just becomes like, okay, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see it all the time, but it was good maybe that first time when she was doing the modeling thing. But when she started doing the rapping thing, I was like, okay, y'all doing too much with Anita doing all this stuff. It's just you're not making her a matriarch anymore. You're making her be a guest character again, once
Mm,
again.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I need if she's gonna be that matriarch, I want to know is Anita going to be this woman that you don't mess with, or is she just gonna be just a fun person? You know what I'm saying? Like this fun character that we're gonna laugh at because that's what they're starting to do. Because when she was doing the stepping, the modeling walk, that was funny. Then she did the rapping, that was funny. So now what? So now we're gonna look at her. She's supposed to be our comedic relief on this show, or we're supposed to be taking her serious. You get
Mm,
what I'm saying? So
mm,
they got to be careful with that. Yeah, with that. So yeah, so based off dealing with certain issues. So then now they're dealing with this bullying storyline,
uh-huh.
and um and I think because this one of the bullying was dealing with again somebody sent a picture of this young boy's underwear in his underwear.
Mm,
He's 16 years old, and I'm like, let's be honest with this. If you're gonna talk about those things, then I want you to talk about it. I expect this show to give us these issues. I mean, even with when Beyond the Gates came on, I already knew. I said, you know what? They're gonna deal with certain things that Black people deal with. I'm pretty sure they're gonna deal with the violence against Black people. I know they're gonna deal with that in the near future. I know. I just feel it. I feel they're gonna touch those issues that no other soap's gonna touch. I got a feeling, and I hopefully they do shed light, cause I think Young and Restless was the first time they ever talked about you know Devon being their kid gonna be biracial. They never discuss it. So none of these shows I've never seen where they did really discuss those certain things. So
Right.
or Black Lives Matter. So I think they're gonna touch that. But with the bullying that bothered me is that okay, you look at today's kids now. They are not being bullied by their draws. Half the time, the people are showing their draws in public anyway. They wear their pants below their waist anyway. So to me, that's not realistic. Let's if you're gonna talk about bullying where they're dealing with kids' appearance. You know what I'm saying, or their weight. You know what I'm saying? Their type of things. Give us realistic stories. Because this story right here, when they said it, I was like, he's being bullied because his draws, the jaws he had on. I'm like, man, that's in today's culture that's normal. Give us real stuff. If you're gonna do it as much as you can. But that was I don't like that. It's some of the stories is just like just surfaced for me. I think
Got
that's
you.
the reason why I don't have it. Yeah.
Got you. Um, what do you think about the storyline with the what's the oldest daughter's name that's suing Bill because of the sexual harassment? The three ladies that came to her for her to represent them for the sexual harassment in the workplace, and they got fired for that. What do you think about that storyline?
Too soon.
Okay.
I think it's too soon to do that. I think certain storylines, I feel like we have to, because it's a new soap, and I know they need to dive in, they need to move quick, because now everything is like boom, boom, boom. You got to keep it moving real quick. But for me, I'm still old school. I like to warm up to certain storylines. Everything don't need to be told quickly, and I need to develop if I'm gonna like this character or not. If I'm gonna feel for this character, and I don't feel for this story. It's like the storyline just came out of nowhere, and I was supposed to feel some type of way about it, and I don't.
I think they're just using it as another vehicle for it to be the daughter versus Bill, because of course the daughter feels a way about how Bill did things. So I think they're just using that as a catalyst again to have her like, all right, let me go against my dad.
Right. Yeah, but I'm not even warmed up to their relationship. Like even like I said, I have to keep in mind this is a new soap. You know what I'm saying? So they have to move fast. But yeah, I'm not interested.
I got you.
How about you? Yeah, what you think about it?
I mean, obviously it's a serious topic that because of course women are being taken advantage of in the workplace. So I think that's a serious topic. Um, as far as that's in the world of the soap, I mean, I don't really have any feelings towards it, honestly. I mean, no, I mean, I feel like it needs to be discussed. Obviously, so it's
It
an
does.
important topic that happens, unfortunately, in this world. But as far as it's in the world of Fairmont Crest, I guess it's because it's three characters I don't know, I don't care about. I think that's what it is. It's these,
You
it's these
don't
three,
care about it.
it's these three random women. It's like it'd have been different if it'd have been different if it was the receptionist that we first met. Like she's been on there, like the receptionist lady.
Okay.
I would have been okay with that. Like, okay, let's use her. Like, 'cause she's been on there. But it's just
Right.
these three random women that we haven't seen. I'm just like, I don't. Again, I'm indifferent because I don't know these characters. It's not really. These aren't characters that I care about. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, so I guess to your point, I guess it is a little too soon because if you give us characters that we care about, then we'll care more about that storyline, and then it'll impact us a little bit more. Because again,
Yeah.
I just think that was just a vehicle for it to be the daughter versus Bill again. That's all it was. I think It wasn't necessarily about the subject matter. It's just about okay, what can we use that they can go at it against each other. Now, I will say this:
Right.
I actually want to see them in the courtroom. Don't do this off camera stuff.
Yeah, I hate that.
Don't
Oh
do
God, I
that.
hate
Don't do this.
it.
Listen,
Is it
y'all.
is it because the budget? Is it because a lot of times when they do these courtrooms, they actually bring in an attorney. They bring in people to help them with that, and maybe it's the funding. I know younger investors haven't done that in years. You know what I'm saying? They did a courtroom, so I'm wondering, is it because of having to bring this person in to get so they can get the knowledge? Is it costly? I mean, the last time that I can remember they did a courtroom scene was when Jeannie was playing Jeannie Toniani was playing Phyllis, which was an excellent scene. She killed it.
Hmm.
I think that was the last time, and she was going against Victor. You know what I'm saying? So that was the last time. So I think I'm not sure if it's a budget thing, but a lot of them don't do the courtroom thing
Here's
anymore.
the thing. Here's the thing. Beyond the Gates is shot in Atlanta,
Mhm.
so I feel like the costs are a little bit lower than LA and or New York. So get
Right,
yourselves a courtroom and make it
right,
happen. I don't want
right.
to. I don't want to see y'all doing this. I don't want to see it off camera, and I definitely don't want to see y'all talking about it at a restaurant.
Right.
Give me a
We
court.
we had
Give
the
me
mediation. We had the mediation. It's over. Okay.
nah.
Yeah, especially, you know what? Especially if they're gonna, like I said, if they're gonna touch topics like that, it should be played out. It should be, like you said. I believe they just did it to have them go against each other. But if you're gonna bring up this topic like this is serious. Then y'all have to play this out real good. Y'all have to be careful on certain things. I get it, and really think about it. But y'all have to play it out. Don't just give us something. It just goes away. Because to
Because I was
me, if
gonna
you do that,
yeah
you just
I was gonna be pissed off if they would have took that settlement. I'm like really we went through all this for the settlement. Oh no. Mm-mm.
But you know what? If they took the settlement, then it would have showed. It would have then gave us this head to head of how bad Bill is. You get what I'm saying? So they could have did it because we don't care about the characters, the three women.
True.
So
I guess I'm just saying because we going through all of this. If you're gonna give it like you said, if you're gonna give us this, then play it all out. Like don't give us this. It's kind of like how you complain about the Young and the Restless writing. Like they'll take you somewhere and then they just drop you off in the middle. Like oh that's it y'all. We're going to something else. No, don't
did
do
you see it
that.
today?
Nah,
You see Young and the Restless?
nah, I ain't watch it today.
Yeah, I'm not shady, just shady on Beyond the Gates either.
No,
The rest is cool.
this is all around. Everybody can get it. It's all around shade.
Right, everybody can get it. That storyline is very, oh God, it just came out of nowhere. Don't give me stories that come out of nowhere. You can build back in the day, they used to build up the storyline. So when it got to that point, it was like boom, we feel it. Woo.
um,
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else because there's one thing I do want to touch on before we get off. Um, but overall, um, I just want to say, like I said, we are rooting for this show. Like I said,
Yes.
I definitely want the show to succeed. I want the show to get a lot of awards.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want people to watch the show. Like, cause I mean, like I said, overall, it's a good show. It's a good show overall. I was telling my friend though, if you like, cause she was saying she knows she wanted to watch it or not, cause she's not into soaps. And I was like, yeah, if you're not into soaps, then I don't know if you're gonna really enjoy it. But I just think overall, it's again, this is a monumental moment, and I just really want this show to succeed. So
Yes.
again, I'm not like what we're saying is not like oh, we hate this show. The show is horrible. Though it sucks. No, we're not saying that. It's just we're just giving our honest opinion about different things with the stories and with the characters. And again, like I said, I really want to see this show stay on for years and years and years to come. I want to be able to, like, when my nieces and nephews get older and if they are in the soaps, I want to be like, hey, let's watch this soap. If they stay with me for the week, hey y'all, we're gonna watch this show. We're gonna watch this soap. We're gonna watch Beyond the Gates. Like how my grandma used to make me sit down and watch for her. We're gonna watch Beyond the Gates, y'all.
And I think that's where there's a big point with Beyond the Gates is why it was such a big thing to me is because we don't see that much. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I want this show to win, and they have to cut. I mean, they're on CBS, and no disrespect to any other networks like Netflix or the OWN. You on a major network, and we have people of color headline. And so I want it to be, the best. I'm gonna watch it. Like you said, regardless, I'm gonna watch it. Even though I may not like certain things, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna support because I want to see us good. You see us win. And they got a 2-year contract, and in that 2-year contract, I I don't want them to just renew it just because it's a black show. We need to keep something to make the black people happy. I
Mm.
want us to earn it. I want us to be. I want like because I'm like this. I'm not. A lot of times we watch. They use Price is Right. When they call a black person down, I'm automatically voting for you. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like we are cheering for that black person, whether it be on a game show. We're cheering for that black person because we like to see us in those areas of winning. And so that's why I like with Beyond the Gates. I want to see us winning, but I want us to have a deserving. I want us to deserve it. I don't want to get a handout. I want us to deserve it. I want the characters, the actors, the show itself to deserve it. With the writing to be on A1. The characters to come in and kill it. Storylines, kill it. You know what I'm saying? I want it. I want that for us. So that's the reason why I go kind of hard on it because I really want us to really win to show
Yeah,
that we do belong here.
absolutely, 1,000%, 1,000%. All right, let's get into this real quick. There was a casting announcement made. Um, so uh, my friend Maurice Johnson, who plays Dr. Ted, um, there was a recasting announcement made. Now Keith Robinson will be taking over the role, and his episode is supposed to start airing in May,
Okay.
from what I read. Um, I will say that, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm biased because I mean I know Maurice, so it's like, dang, I'm like, yeah, what's going on? Why y'all recasting my boy? Like, what's happening? Um, so yeah, I to me, and I think, and then this is taking the bias out of it. I think it's too soon to be recasting. Again, we are just a month and some change in, and again, we are still getting to know these characters. Hell, I'm still trying to get to know names, and it's like, okay, now we're gonna do this switcheroo because it's not like Ted is a minor character. Ted is a major character. He has a main storyline right now. Like, what's going on with his alleged uh daughter out of from this affair that's happening. So it's like we're doing this whole switcheroo in the middle of this storyline that's happening.
Mm, I didn't think
So
about it.
yeah, I'm just kind of like, okay, and when you do these switches, and we know this because we do our own shows, you can't do flashbacks. So when we switch Ted, we cannot see this. Now it'll be 2 months, like because when he starts in May, it'll be 2 months, 2.5 months. We're not gonna be able to see any of the past episodes of the flashbacks with him in it because we're switching out people, unless they quote unquote redo the scene with the new person as a flashback, which I have done before as well. I've done that. Like I was like, hey, we're gonna redo the scene real quick with the new person. Just make it look like the old. I know. Just make it look like the old scene. Um.
Get your hair like that. Just pull the wig over to the side. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I just I'm not doubting. I'm not doubting that Keith. I mean, because Keith is a good Keith Robinson is a good actor, so I'm not doubting his acting abilities. Um, I just personally think it's too soon for a recast. Also, too, when we talking about because when we already know black don't crack, we get it. I know that. I know that for a fact. However, we already talking about these age discrepancies with the show with these characters. I don't feel like because Keith, even though Keith is older than Maurice, Keith looks younger. Cause Maurice got like a real athletic build. Like he has a real build that makes him look older. Keith, and I've never seen Keith in real life, so I don't know how he physically looks in real life, but I can only go by what I've seen on television and stuff. He doesn't have that big athletic build that Maurice has to at least pull off the fact that Martin is his son. Like when I see Keith, I'm thinking about Keith and Martin, Keith as Ted and Martin in the scene together. I'm not gonna get father and son from that. I'm definitely not. I'm gonna get brother brother. So like I don't know. I just feel like what are we doing?
Yeah, that brings me to the casting. I mean, casting is very important to go with the characters, and I just think a lot of times with certain people, just I mean, nothing wrong with the actor itself. It's just they playing these characters. It doesn't look like they fit that particular role. You know what I'm saying? Like these actors don't fit that role. And like you said, they're gonna look like they brother. And I was like, sometimes it's got to be. I don't know. It just some of it just not. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't. I can't get used to it. You know. Um, but like you said, with the Ted, he's the one that I'm like. I like his character, and the actor who's playing that. The way he gives it, it's cool. I'm drawn to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm drawn to his character and the dynamic with him and his wife. Love them. They're probably I like them better than Danny. I mean, as far as Nicole and his relationship, love it. It just I like to see them on the screen. They're the ones I
Mm-hmm.
really do like to see them. You know. And so this new character coming in, this new actor coming in, I'll see how it's gonna play out. But yeah, the casting has to be just to be on point. And the only reason why I say that is because, like a back to back, like I said before, they're on a major network, and all eyes are looking at them, so they got to be on point with everything. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, I hate that he's recast. Now he shouldn't been recast. I'm gonna say that. I don't think he should have been recast. And I know a lot of people like give these people a lot, chances. A lot of shows, you know, have people on there. They bring in new people and it don't fit. And I agree. I agree. Give people a chance. I do, but I also, when you have there's a lot at stake for us on the show for the Beyond the Gates, and we got to come out on top. And I just feel like you have to be careful with casting and who you casting. Like just because they look good, don't mean they can act. You know what I'm saying? Um, and he's good. I just think there's certain people that they just should have thought about a little bit harder.
Mm.
Casting, even their day players. Oh my God. Oh gosh. I'm not trying to run this show to the ground, but even their day players. You don't just read lines. You have to be the character. And I think sometimes they just hey, play this role here. There you go.
Mm.
So it doesn't come off. It doesn't come off like it should. Like if you're gonna, I play this, especially with a show like this that's just starting. I mean, I'm not telling you getting A-listers, but I'm telling you, I wanted them to get people that have had acting experiences, and I'm not saying they don't. I know, but it seems like some of them never had acting experience, and like, oh, I want to do this. I want to just try this out, and that's fine if the show was, been on for years. But when they first started out, they need some people that can command the scene. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people that command the scene, whether it's a big scene or not. I need you to command the scene.
Mm.
And I just find that a lot of times they're not. It just doesn't feel that. And I think, and I'm gonna be very honest, even though I'm watching the show and I'm gonna continue to watch the show, I'm gonna root for the show, and I think the show is gonna do excellent. But sometimes I do get a little, a little bored with the scenes.
Yeah, I was telling my mom like the other day, like I'm at a point now where I need something to happen. Like I need
Mm-hmm.
again, like you said, nothing should happen every day. Like, you have some days it's gonna be, like you said, filler episodes, but it's time for really, really give me what the soap opera genre is. You know what I'm saying? Like I need some dramatics. I need the over the topness. I need that. Um, because again, I think, like I said, I know they want to give us, from what I'm looking at, they want to give us, like, okay, yes, they are people of opulence, but these are just everyday. They're just giving us what they do in their everyday lives. I get that, but again, we are in the soap opera genre, so I need y'all to rev it up. Like I need some crazy. I need some diabolical. I need some ruthlessness. Like I need that. Like give us some characters that we really hate because they are ruthless.
Right. Like
Like
like the Joey character. I know trying to build up to it, but go ahead and show us, even if this is not a main character, maybe, maybe Joy is roughing somebody up. Skip some, just something. Just something. I think each episode, not each episode, but at least by Friday, we should know something new about each character. Something new should happen, just a little bit, at least by Friday. Something to keep us. Like I said, I'm old school. It used to be every Friday you had a cliffhanger.
hmm I think the closest character we have that's like showing crazy and doing a little crazy is Leslie. Like she's the closest one that's kind of like she kind of causing a little chaos, a little turmoil, but I need like she need to be like really like blackmailing. Like I just need something like I just need
And,
something.
and, I, and I don't. This is what I don't get. I don't get Leslie's character. I think this. I mean, I love. I'm ready for this um this storyline to unfold a little bit better. But I don't get all the different looks. I don't get the different. It feel like they're just doing it because, oh yeah, we're gonna put you in a wig and you're gonna do this scene, and wait a minute, she act like a different person that's gonna jump off the ledge, and well, that's the same character, but she jumping off a ledge. She playing a nurse in there. Then she went to go see the daughter in a different wig. Like, what am I getting out of this scene?
Mm.
What else? Like what's the reason for this? If she was gonna play the woman that's jumping off the ledge, she should play that character the whole entire time. You get what I'm saying? Like she should be playing the lady that's distressed or whatever, dealing with some issues. Um, yeah. So I don't get that. I don't get it. Just feels like we just want to put you in the wig and you just play these different ones at the hospital that nobody recognized. That she's she ain't the same lady that almost jumped last week. She's just changed her wig. Black people change their hair all the time. We still know who you are.
That's true. That's true. And I was telling my
So
mom too. I was like, she's not really playing it smart because like she's friends with I guess the office manager of Nicole or whatever. So it's like, girl, if you show up to the hospital in these different wigs and the office manager just happen to be there, girl, I know it's you.
I actually saw something, and I don't know. I'm being very picky. I am. I'm being very picky. But I saw something that I think is yesterday's episode. Um, when the daughter comes home or whatever, and I saw a picture of the daughter on the table, and I was like, that prop don't need to be there. Why that? Because Ted came to the house And if they don't supposed to know that they're related, that prop should not be there. Take that prop off.
Did you see that she like purposely knocked it down?
Say it again.
Did you see that she purposely knocked it down?
I didn't see that. Did she knock it down?
She purposely knocked it down. Like when he was
Okay,
doing
I missed that.
he was
Okay.
doing something, she like walked over and like purposely knocked it over so that way he wouldn't see it.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, good. But I'll take that back because I was like, why is this prop here? I like because I saw it up. I was like, what? So I was like, okay, so I missed that. I must have walked away.
Yeah, so but yeah, that's like I said, overall, like I said, I'm glad that we have this show. I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad that we have something that we can talk about. It's definitely a talker. It's doing well in the ratings from what I read,
Mm-hmm.
so that's good. It's
What would you
BJ.
rate it so far?
What would I rate it? I'm gonna give it a solid B.
Okay.
Give it a solid B. B's are good. B's are nothing wrong with B's. I'm gonna give it a solid B right now. That's where we're at. What about you?
I want to do an alphabet, but I'll do the numbers. So
Oh,
I would. I can't give it a B.
what's the what's the number rate? What's the number rating? What's the
1 to 10. 10 is the highest.
okay? What is it?
Oh, I thought you were gonna give me a number. I thought you were gonna change it up.
Oh no, I'm sticking with my B.
Yeah, B, you're not gonna give it a C. So give me a number. Give it one scale of 1 to 10. Go.
I'm gonna say 7.
That's where I'm at. I'm at 7.
Okay. I'm not saying
Seven.
I said I'm not going lower than 7. We're not going lower than 7.
Not going. No, it has so much potential. And like I said, this is their first season, and so you got to be fleshed out. That's why they gave them 2 years. So I think within that 2 years, man, they're gonna come out on top. It's just like just right now, it doesn't give me all the hype. And like I said, they can't have the hype the entire time, but it's like the hype is really dwindling down because something needs to happen.
It's like you said, we have to like keep in mind that this is a new soap, so like you have to keep that still like, cause we're so used to the 50 plus years of Young and the Restless or the 60 plus years of General Hospital. We're so used to because those shows are established. This is only year one for Beyond the Gates, so it's like we have to keep that in mind as we're watching. Okay, they are developing. So like you said, I have to keep that in mind when I'm watching. Okay, just continue to watch it as it is, and just keep like enjoy where we at. But again, you have to be honest. This is the soap opera genre, so we need something to, like you said, it don't have to necessarily have to be something extravagant every day, but you want to let's get us to Friday, hit us with Friday, like, oh, boom, and then like, okay, I can't wait till Monday. Like, what are they gonna do next? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen next week? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think, like I said, the biggest thing, the most current thing, like I said, where I'm at, was I was just disappointed with that fashion show because I really was expecting Haley to show up and really just like go bananas, like just come in. Like I wanted her like to walk the runway, like take over. They were like, "What the hell are you doing here, Haley?" And like just end like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just something, just
Because
something.
I think even today, I mean, you're gonna watch it, but I'm not gonna give too much. But it's like it's the commit. They did it for charity for the fashion show,
Hmm.
and already had Haley already been a part of the fashion show, or she was part of the committee now. Excuse me, she was part of the committee, and she was a surprise model for that show. I mean, for the fashion show, that would have been good for her just to come out there and walk like you said. I'm like, okay, she's showing out now. She's pissing Danny off. This is really going. This Haley is all up in Danny's business. You know what I'm saying? That would have been great for that show.
She'll be pissing Danny off. She'll be pissing definitely Anita off because Anita is over the charity. So that would get
Right.
something. That would get something Anita for something to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I want them to just think about what can we do in this scene, especially for a scene like that. Something should have happened.
I agree. I agree 100%. Well, all right, Tim. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man. Thank you for the great conversation. We definitely appreciate that. Y'all definitely check out Beyond the Gates. Comes on CBS, 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have a chance, check out my 2 interviews with Jabri and with Maurice, Celebrated Black Excellence. Go to WJBF.com, check those out. Tim, anything we should be on the lookout for with you, sir? That you
No,
just...
not right now. I'm just doing the writing. You know what I'm saying? I might start writing my own soap. You know what I'm saying? And see what that goes. You know.
Listen, I think you should. I think you should. I think you should for sure.
You know, just talking about it. Why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see what happens.
Yeah. But all right, y'all. We definitely appreciate y'all for listening and watching. Please do me a favor. If you could please hit that subscribe button, I would definitely appreciate it. All right, y'all. Y'all be blessed. And until next time, thank y'all for being a part of my world. Peace.